So last week I was contacted by, I believe it was Sergeant Schultz. Asked him a few questions like why wasn't my statement taken, anything like that. He pulled up the report, noticed a lot of inconsistencies, even questioned, well, let's start off with this. He called me Mr. Bratton. My name's Barton. He also noticed that the lanes were backwards, meaning 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There were two vehicles labeled number 2. On their end, I guess when they pull it up on their computer, the vehicles are colored. 2 of them were colored wrong. And he even said, as serious as could be, I'm starting to wonder if my officer is dyslexic. I really am too. First off, I corrected him on my name. Moving forward, I've tried to recreate what they are saying happened. I shouldn't have given him all of my questions, but according to the reporting officer, she spoke with me, and that's not true. The only time I recall speaking with her is when she was telling me I was free to go. I do remember speaking with a male officer, but he assured me nonetheless that the police report would be amended, not only to correct all these typographical errors, but also to include my statement and, the statement of the others, but to also clarify. Now, if we're to believe their diagram and everything else, here's me, vehicle number 4, vehicle number 3, vehicle number 2. I will show that the motorcycle, which I don't have anything, I guess we can use my lighter here as reference for the motorcycle. All the proof that I have will show, or all the evidence that I have will show, that the motorcycle was in vehicle number 3. According to them, I came over, struck this vehicle in, sorry, not the motorcycle. I came over, struck this vehicle in the back door. Okay. Now this vehicle, sorry it's so tight, came over, struck this vehicle, vehicle number 2. They're saying, so to straighten this out, they are saying that I, vehicle number 4, came over from lane 4 into lane 3, or I'm sorry, lane 5, struck vehicle number 4 in her back passenger door, and she went on to strike vehicle number 2 in the back, or I'm sorry, the front driver's door, and then she went spinning out of control once, twice, and as she almost went for a third time, bounced off the wall and then came to rest here. Now, keep in mind, they're trying to say that the motorcycle was here in front of me. As she was spinning, she put some English on this. But here's the most perplexing question of all. You've got all of us right here, and there's no doubt on the contact. I'm not at this is where my vehicle was struck, was the front quarter panel. But it wasn't from making an improper lane change. It was from coming over here. As I was coming down, the car in front of me got over, took off, got over into lane 4, took off, went around. I see a motorcycle. I put on my right turn signal, made a proper lane change, went to go past the motorcycle, and the motorcycle, when it's all said and done, was about 10-15 foot off the front to the left of me. But this woman over here, vehicle number 2, in the Jeep Grand Cherokee, saw everything from her rear view. No, this right here, according to what they're saying happened and everything else, is physically impossible. I just wanted to draw this quick diagram up. I'm sorry it's not for scale, but this is the median over here, this is the shoulder over here, and this is what they're saying happened, but it's not. Like I said, I'm waiting for the 911 phone call, but as I will prove to you, I don't mind riding beside them, but I will not be behind them, because if they go down, there's a good chance that I'll run over them. I don't like being behind them. I don't like crowding them. But like I said, we're supposed to believe that this woman witnessed everything in between her rear view, or in her rear view, as she states. Now, this being the woman who had a complete shoulder, as you can see from the following video, for God knows how long to pull over, but she waits until she goes completely around the curve and stops over a half-mile down the road to do what? She was required to wear prescription lenses. Was she looking for those? Was she looking for a mouthful of mints to eat to hide the alcohol smell? I don't know. I'm just speculating here. There's a reason that she didn't stop. She probably did see everything in her rear view after the accident occurred, as she was fleeing the scene. As you'll see, she had all the room in the world to stop, but chose not to until she was out of sight, out of mind. And when I woke up that morning, that Monday, then spoke with Progressive, got a copy of the insurance, or not the insurance, the police report, and learned of the 4th vehicle being her, vehicle number 2. I was perplexed. But the seriousness of everything, when you really think about it, is that Officer Schultz making the statement that he thinks that his officer may be dyslexic, which this will prove, and all of the amendments, not to mention that I was guaranteed that I would be called and my statement would be added, and everything else would be further questioned in detail. But they made I spoke with a male officer, never spoke with the female who put this together, much less was my statement ever properly taken. Like I said, right here, this goes to show that vehicle number 2 could not have seen anything in her rear view, and fled the scene for some reason. The only time she could have seen it was after the wreck, and as she was hauling butt away from the scene. That's the only time she could have seen anything. But I hope this kind of puts everything into perspective, because that's the only way that I could have struck that vehicle, even though I never attempted to go from lane 4 to lane 5. But that's the only way I could have struck vehicle number 3, sending her into vehicle number 2, and then spinning her out without. And keep in mind, we're supposed to believe that the motorcycle was in front of me. Now, as she's spinning out, she put some English on, just like a pool ball, put some English on the motorcycle. But we're to believe that the motorcycle doesn't follow the laws of physics and just slides perfectly down lane number 3. Laws of physics would say, well, you got hit there, you're going to go into that wall too. Nope, you're not going to go over one lane and just slide down the middle of it, which is complete and utter bullcrap. She was in lane 3 the entire time, and when I was struck, she slungshot herself out in front, and it looks like when the motorcycle hit her brakes, they probably made contact. Now keep in mind, this is covering. They probably made contact either here or here with her saddlebag, causing the motorcycle to go into a straight slide, and the video that follows will show it. But yet, if I was driving at such a high rate of speed as these two want to claim, especially seeing me from the rear view at dark, I don't doubt that she did see somebody driving at a high rate of speed, but all she saw was a set of headlights. You got a maroon vehicle and a dark gray vehicle. So yeah, she saw a dark vehicle, but could not positively ID at dark with the dimmed mirror, and it's going to be a safe bet to assume there's factory tint on that 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee, but she's a wizard. She has x-ray vision, can see through vehicles and everything else. Doesn't make any sense. And what also doesn't make any sense, why she didn't stop until over a half mile down the road. Nobody bothers to ask those questions. Apparently, when I talked to Metro, I asked too many questions, still allowing them to railroad me, but not allowing them to live up to their word and call me and take a proper statement from me. So, okay. Please enjoy everything that follows.